श्री स्वामीनारायण भगवान की जय। अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम महाराज की जय। राधा कृष्ण देव की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज की जय। महंत स्वामी महाराज की जय। प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज शताब्दी महोत्सव की जय। With prostrations at the divine feet of Bhagavan Swaminarayan and my Guru Hari, Param Pujya Pramukh Swami Maharaj and Pragat Guru Hari Param Pujya Mahant Swami Maharaj, my heartiest Namaskar, good afternoon and Jai Swaminarayan. Especially to Shri Lokesh, my good friend Ramesh Rao sitting here. He was the person who got us connected. And to all the members of this conference, the delegates of this conference, that is the insurance agents, and especially to the managing team of this conference. Well, the topic shared with me today is what Lokesh wrote me on WhatsApp, is the theme of your conference, that is forging ahead. Am I right? Forging ahead. Everybody lives with this concept. Everybody wants to progress in all walks of life. And we all sitting here, not just we all, but all the 7 billion plus population upon this earth, they all want success in one or the other way in life. Yes or no? Yes. And it should be a human aspiration to constantly move ahead, to constantly progress, to constantly succeed in life. Should be a human aspiration, because in it we have human dignity. God has given us a wonderful 70-80 year life. 5-10 plus minus with the grace of God, if at all you are caught in coronavirus. So 5-10 plus minus with the grace of God, but an average life is 70 to 80 years. In those 70 or 80 years lifespan, we want to live and work in a way that at the end of our lives we are satisfied with the work that we have done. We are also satisfied with the relationships that we have maintained. We are also satisfied with the health that we have kept ourselves up with. We should also be satisfied with achievements in the fields of morality and spirituality. And last but not the least, we should also be satisfied with the fact that I took good care of my family. So forging ahead, the theme of your conference, as I understand, is that work hard, work good, work great, work ethically. Chapter 1. Chapter 2, make a good work-life balance. Take care of your family along with your work. Chapter 3, try to imbibe some good values and virtues in your life. So whenever I talk to professionals, to corporates, I talk to them about a formula that I have designed. And that formula is 8 plus 8 plus 8. That is, of the 24 hours that you have in a day, you well distribute into 8 plus 8 plus 8 system. The first 8 hours is your honest, ethical hard work in whichever profession you are. Second 8 hours is a good rest or sleep. And third 8 hours are very important. If you can live it well, you win your life. If you can't live it well, there is a chance probably that you may lose your life. That third 8 hours we teach 3F, 3H and 3S. 3F is your family, friends, faith. 3H is your health, hygiene, hobby. And 3S is your soul, service and smile. So in these 9 departments, you should be spending your third 8 hours of the day. Of course into fragments during the whole day, but your third 8 hours of the day should be well spent into these 9 departments. Just a quick one again. Family, friends, faith, health, hygiene, hobby, soul, service and smile. Then it is a well-lived, balanced life. If you can live like this, you have insured your life and your soul. Otherwise, you people insure the whole of the communities and you are out to insure the whole world. It's your profession. My question is, have you insured yourself? I'm not talking of your policies. By your insurance policies, you might have insured yourself. Because I believe that when you step out of your house to insure people, so as to ensure a good life for them, you must have definitely insured your family, yourself as well. It makes me believe that. I don't know exactly, because sometimes what happens that the insurance policy matures, the insurer doesn't mature. Did you get me? Insurance of your own self is this kind of life lived. I'm not talking of money and policies. That you know enough. So forging ahead, chapter 1 is honest, ethical hard work in your profession. Whatever you do, put your heart into it. Bill Gates, the richest person upon this earth, a self-made billionaire. He writes his autobiography titled Business at the Speed of Thought, in which he writes that the secret of my success is the culmination of 3 things. First, determination. Second, intense hard work. And third, acceptance of the ideas of others. So each and every person who have achieved something extraordinary beyond common limits of achievement, they have put intense hard work in their profession. Hard work is not just human duty. It's a human endeavor. It's not just a human endeavor, it's a human dignity. Do you agree with me or not? Yes. If yes, then raise your hands. Hard work is human dignity. Repeat with me.
Hard work is human dignity.
Hard work is human dignity, and because of that, nature has put this element in each and every living existence upon this earth. There is a story in the North African, East African jungles. That story applies to each of us. And the story is that every morning when the sun rises, the slowest deer has to run minimum faster than the fastest lion to see the evening. Otherwise it will get eaten up. And the slowest lion has to run minimum faster than the slowest deer to see the evening. Otherwise he will die hungry. So the concluding part of the story is, the teaching from the story is, so whether you are the lion or the deer, when the sun rises, you have to run. Whoever you are, whatever you are, wherever you are, you have to run. So hard work, the element of it, has been put by nature in all the living existences. So intense hard work. When Bill Clinton as President of the United States, he visited India. That was in the year 2000, he visited the high-tech city in Hyderabad. In an IT convocation, he put in a wonderful data and figure. He said that I've been told that there are about 540 million youth in India. There is 54 crore youth in India, that is in the age group of 15 to 35. He said that forget 8 hours, forget 6 hours, even if this dynamic 540 million youth of India, if they work honestly, sincerely, ethically for even 4 hours a day, nobody can stop India from becoming a superpower by 2030. That onus lies on our shoulders. So always form a habit of intense hard work. That's a human dignity. Even we as saints, we also work hard. Everybody has to. The organization that I come from, the BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha, is one of the largest NGOs of the world. We have got a permanent seat in the United Nations as an NGO. How many of you have been to Akshardham at Delhi? Just raise your hands. At New Delhi. Almost all of you. All of you. I come from that organization. Such small and big, we have 1,300 campuses all over the world. We have got a wonderful campus here in Vijayanagar, west of Code Road. And we have got another huge land, must be 40 acres plus on Tumkur Road. And we are coming up with a mini Akshardham campus there in future. We run more than about 110 hospitals, hostels, schools and colleges. We are into 162 different kinds of social, cultural, environmental, medical activities world over. For that, many national, international appreciations, awards. But we as saints are directly involved in the administration, in the management, in the HR of our institutes. So we know what is work. What I am doing now is my side job, my hobby. Talking. So everybody has to work. Our Guru Pramukh Swami Maharaj, who was the creator of Akshardham that you all saw, he worked very hard during his lifetime. He passed away just about 3 years back at the age of 95. But in his lifetime, you would be amazed if I say you just 4 statistics of his life. First, he traveled to 18,000 villages in 60 countries to uplift humanity in all walks of life. Second, people used to write letters to him for their personal, family or professional issues. He used to answer them. Such 7.5 lakh letters read and answered in his lifetime at an unbelievable average of reading and answering more than 70 letters a day without a Sunday for 45 years. Now if you go to your office tomorrow, tomorrow is Sunday, day after tomorrow. Day after tomorrow when you go to your office on Monday and at 10 a.m. you open your office mailbox and you find about 12 to 15 mails to answer, what would you tell yourself? Oh my God, first I've gone. Such 70 letters a day without a Sunday for 45 years. Second statistics of his life. Third, as I said, he created and successfully on charity basis run more than 1,300 social, cultural, moral, educational, medical and spiritual centers all over the world. So in 45 years, 1,300. Let's take a round figure 50. I am giving you this calculation to inspire you that all of us can go to this level. Forging ahead. In 50 years, 1,300 institutes, that means 25 institutes every year. I am taking round figures. That means an institute every 15 days. 25 institutes in 1 year. That is 52 weeks. So every second week, an institute. Now listen carefully. So every 15th day, for 50 years, Pramukh Swami Maharaj purchased the land, legally got it cleared. What to set up on that was planned out. whether a hospital, a hostel, a school, a college, a community center, a sanskar dham, a mandir, akshardham, plans design, plans passed in local government authorities, tenders out, tenders cleared, construction started, construction completed, inauguration ceremony decided upon, inauguration ceremony performed, and the unit gifted to the society for selfless service. Every 15th day for 50 years. Now this is mind-boggling. This is beyond the can of human intelligence. Forget intelligence, any wild human imagination. Every 15th day, you give an institute to the society for 50 years. And the fourth statistics, he initiated about 1,200 saints like us. Out of them, more than 750 of them are graduates, postgraduates, chartered accountants, doctors and engineers. Out of them, like about more than 150 are born American and British citizens. Out of that, more than 50 of them have studied in institutes like Stanford, Harvard, Carnegie Mellon, Yale and Keeling. This I said just to tell you that you should not feel that कुछ ठीक जमा नहीं होगा संसार में इसलिए यहाँ आ गए. Nothing worthwhile they would have been able to do back in the society, so they wore saffron and they're roaming around. You should not feel that. Everything was fine and good, but to selflessly serve the society. So the first part of my talk on your theme, forging ahead, is cultivate a habit, getting inspirations from such great personalities like Bill Gates, Bill Clinton or Pramukh Swami Maharaj to work intensively hard in your respective fields. But that work should be honest and ethical. Open up all your cards, papers and policies to the customers. Not just that the policy that you have decided to put into his mind and heart. Don't open up that only one policy. Right? Why are you all laughing? Tell me. Honest and ethical hard work. We do. We are all honest and ethical, but to be more honest, to be more ethical. Because no pillow is as soft as a clear conscience. When you go to bed at night in your bedroom, the softest pillow to put your head and rest beautiful and have a deep sleep is your clear conscience that I have not done anything wrong today. That is forging ahead in your work. Otherwise, remember, these are the times today in the society where everybody is linked with the information highway that is internet. Social media is wide open and have far reaches. Third, the hands of the law are not just long, it is an older proverb, it is long and strong both. Many a times when I talk to professionals, I tell them that remain wedded and remain honest with GST. Then a top GST will shower upon you from the heavens. GST on earth is goods and services tax. If you are honest and ethical to it, there will be a GST from the top. God saves tension. GST. Ethical working. Tell yourself every day in the morning, I cannot do anything wrong. This is forging ahead in the real sense. I cannot do anything wrong. Repeat with me.
I cannot do anything wrong.
Once more.
I cannot do anything wrong.
Tell yourself a couple of times in the morning and then set out for your day. And when you are ethically right, you'll be able to stand upright in the midst of any crowd. You'll be able to hold your head high in the midst of any people. And at the end of your life, in the last days when you are in your bed, you can put your hand on your chest and tell yourself, yes, I lived my life. That is forging ahead. Just for the sake of some petty money, don't lose or don't sell the principles of your life. That is real sense forging ahead. Because the amount of money that you have in your bank account when you die is the extra work you did you shouldn't have done. Nothing is going to come with you together. कोई हिंदी समझते तो हिंदी में एक अच्छी कहावत है कि कफन को कोई जेब नहीं होता और ऊपर वाले कभी रिश्वत नहीं लेते हैं. That means that the final cloth on your body, that is on your dead body, it doesn't have a pocket to take anything with you. And there in the heavens, nobody can be bribed. You will not be able to tell there in the heavens, I have brought a wonderful policy for you. Please give me a seat in the front row in the heaven. I will fill up your premiums. Installments, जो भी है, I will do it. Please, front row in the heaven. Nobody can be bribed there. So what I mean to say, forging ahead hard work, but ethical hard work. That I cannot do anything wrong. And remember one thing, if you go unethical, initially the gains will be good. Initially the money will be easy. Unethical practices. But one day it has the power to make you zero from hero within seconds. Anybody sitting here is an electrical engineer? No. Oh, you yourself, fine. It's just an example that suppose you are an electrical engineer from an engineering college, you started your career as a junior engineer, then you became a senior engineer, then you became an executive engineer, then you become the board member of the Karnataka State Electricity Board, whatever you call it, and then you become the chairman of the electricity board. Very prestigious career and very prestigious position. So after 30-35 years of being an electrical engineer and having wonderful positions and profiles, one fine Sunday morning when you're reading newspaper with a cup of coffee beside you, and your sight falls on the electric plug, can you raise your collars in front of the electric plug and tell the electric plug, see, this is the chairman's finger, okay, I'm putting it inside, take care of it. Can you do it? What happens if the chairman of the Karnataka State Electricity Board puts his finger inside the plug? Nothing happens to him because he is the chairman. The distribution of electricity in the whole state of Karnataka lies in his hands. So electricity must be taking care of his finger, isn't it? Yes or no? Why? Electricity doesn't know your post, position and power. Yes or no? Yes. In the same way, disciplines, norms and ethics doesn't know your post, position and power. Take care of it. Even if the name of your company is Satyam and you go for a Satya practices. Pata chala? Even if the name of your bank is yes, it can become no anytime. A cap of 50,000 put by RBI yesterday. Maximum withdrawal. So even if it is yes, it can become no anytime. Dhyan rakhna, take care. Even if you are the king of the skies, your city person. Even if you are the king of the skies, you have to leave India without Indian passport. On Rajya Sabha passport. That is a diplomat's passport. Even if you have created huge wealth for BCCI through IPL, you have to leave India and live in exile in London. Even if you are a huge diamond here, you have to run away from the country. Even if you become the Sahara of thousands of families and build homes for them, you can still lie Sahara in TR for 4 years. Don't play with ethics. These 5-7 examples I quoted to tell you what? Don't play with ethics norms. even 40 years of your experience in your profession, you are not even a peanut in front of disciplines and ethics. Okay? Do you agree with me or not? That is forging ahead in the real sense. Ethical hard work. There is a proverb in English which goes, done is done, it cannot be undone even if you go to London. Done is done, it cannot be undone even if you go to London. But it will be undone. 3-4 people from London will be brought back. For a couple of them, the UK Secretariat, the Home Department has already signed the extradition letter, and somebody's 5th bail was rejected yesterday. So they will be brought back. When they will be back, they will open their mouths. They will be in problem, and many biggies will be in problem. So you can't play with water, you can't play with fire, you can't play with electricity, and you can't play with ethics. Simple principle. That is forging ahead in the right sense. And that is why we have created Akshardhams. Why did Pramukh Swami Maharaj or today our Guru Mahant Swami Maharaj is creating Akshardham? Delhi ka to aapne dekha. You saw Delhi Akshardham, it is on 110 acres of land. We are building Akshardham in America, in New Jersey, in Robbinsville on 265 acres of land, double this size, which we will open in the August of 2022. Already when I am talking to you today, at this very moment, more than 4,000 artisans are working on it in 26 sites in Rajasthan. To give people the essence of human living, to inspire them to live a value-based life. And people change their lives for the better, visiting Akshardham. Such inspirations help. Such motivations, they help. We have a general visitors book there in Akshardham. Anybody can write a suggestion, criticism, whatever. Our volunteers, they check it. I'm talking of an incident that happened in 2006. Hundreds of such have happened. Initial years after 2005 census inauguration, we used to remember it. Now, so many have happened, we don't remember every of them. I tell you just one. Somebody had written, it was in Hindi, but I'll translate it in English for you. He had written that I am a very small man from a very small village in Haryana. My profession is that I take loose milk in cans in my bicycle and go from home to home in my village to serve milk, to sell milk to people. We have about 70-80 houses in our small village. It was a small hamlet. So 2 times in a day I do it, in the morning and the evening. We know in villages, on bicycle, milk cans, they go from home to home to sell milk. He said that my age is 50, I have come to Delhi just 2 times in my life. Once there was a wedding in one of a wealthy house in our family, in our village. So I had come to Delhi in the wedding. And the second time I am coming today because everybody in the village said that let's go to see Akshardham. So I came here in Delhi. I saw this Akshardham, saw the exhibitions. I am so much inspired by the values of human living that has been well prescribed and well exhibited here, that from today I take a pledge that I will not add any water to my milk. He told this whole story of inspiration going back home to the 2 other milkmen in the village. They were all totally free. Other 2 got inspired. So sometimes I say that small hamlet in remote Haryana, all the people drink fresh and good milk without any added water thanks to Akshardham. So if a milkman, an illiterate person, if he can get inspired and he can walk that inspiration in his life by not adding or stopping to add water to his milk, we are all literate people, urban upbringing. We must also take a pledge not to add extra water to our own milk. Whichever milk is yours, that is profession. You must not add water to it. So honesty, we have been taught about honesty early childhood. Honesty is the best policy. We were taught when we were children in schools. So chapter number 1 is honest, ethical, hard work. Chapter 2 is a good work-life balance. That is forging that. Don't just keep on running in your life. From morning 8 to evening 10, you run for your businesses and profession. This is not human living. You are not meant for that. Along with a professional life, we are social beings, we are spiritual existences. The conference this is going to uni, yes. Then I would suggest a 30-second slot. Somebody can download it from the YouTube and you can play that video. It's just 30 seconds. And the video is about Brian Dyson, the ex-world CEO of Coca-Cola. He gave a 30-second speech at a convocation day of management students. I think you must play that 30-second speech in one of your sessions. It's a wonderful speech about work-life balance. I will not put forward to you in 30 seconds. I would like to explain it a bit. He said that my 40 years of corporate experience, because he retired as world CEO of Coca-Cola. That means a very prestigious position. He said that my 40 years of experience in the corporate field has taught me that in life, actually you are juggling with 5 balls in hand. You know, we have seen circus where a joker handles 4 or 5 balls at a time and doesn't allow any ball to fall. The first ball is the ball of work. Second ball is the ball of family. Third ball is the ball of friends. Fourth is the ball of health. And fifth is the ball of spirit. A man is juggling with these 5 balls. Then he said that after many years working with these 5 balls, you will come to know that the first ball, that is the ball of work, is made up of rubber, and the rest 4 balls are made up of glass. The first ball, that is the ball of rubber, is made up of, ball of work is made up of rubber. So if you lose it and it falls on the ground, it will bounce back because it is made up of rubber. That means you will get another work opportunity in your life. But the rest 4 balls, ball of family, ball of friends, ball of your health, and fourth is ball of spirit, is made up of glass. If you lose them while playing with them, it falls on the ground. It will break. If not break, it will crack. If not crack, it will de-shape. But it will not be the same again. So finally he concludes. So, get to work on time. Work very effectively during your working hours. And get back to your family on time. This is forging ahead in life. In all the necessary aspects of life. Don't take your family for granted. I go back at 9, 10, there is always somebody to open the door. According to a Harvard University study, your family life is the happiest life on earth. When surveyed, more than 67% of the people said that we enjoy family life more than work achievements. So your family is a divine unit. It is not an accident. You, your spouse, your children, your parents, your brothers, sisters, all of them have been brought together by God. It's a divine unit. It's not an accident. When you start believing this, one step ahead, start accepting it fully, you will enjoy it. Harvard University surveyed in 1 lakh families in about 110 countries across caste, creed, color, religion, nationality. And the one principal question asked to them was, what according to you is the greatest joy upon this earth? And more than 67% of the respondents, they said that according to us, enjoying quality and quantity time with your near and dear ones, whom you love and respect, who love you and respect, is the greatest joy upon this earth. So forging ahead along with your work, your good work-life balance, your family. Of the 22 working days in a month, we put aside 4 weekends, 22 working days in a month. 5 days if you come after 10 p.m. back home from work, fine. There was more work, some urgency, some emergency, accepted. Another about 5 days you come back home late, that is after 9, understood there was traffic. It is one of the best reasons that you can always give for being late. Okay, then accepted. But the rest 12 to 14 days of your month, that is the working days of your month, if you can't come back to your family by 8 or maximum 8:30 p.m., let me tell you that you are a very, very poor manager of your work and time. You have to come back by 8 or 8:30. Is it your responsibility given to you by the PMO or the CMO to ensure all the people of Karnataka? Anybody has been given that responsibility by the CM or the PM of this country and the state? Just raise your hands, then I need to take my statement back. Suppose if you are given, will you be able to handle it? Yes or no? No. To ensure all people of the state of Karnataka or of the city of Bangalore, if you are given, will you be able to handle it? No. Yes or no? No. Then why are you running day and night after that? As if you are supposed to ensure the whole city of Bangalore. Put a satisfaction bar somewhere. Put a time bar somewhere. Put a physical bar somewhere. Otherwise you will lose your life running around. You will stress out yourself in less than 5-7 years of your life. Nobody can drink the whole sea of their profession. Can you drink the whole sea of your profession? Put a satisfaction bar somewhere. The richest person upon this earth, Warren Buffett, shuts off his mobile at 6 p.m., goes back to his family, has family dinner at 8 and enjoys family time. The chairman of the Aditya Birla Group, 5 lakh crore conglomerate. 5 lakh crore conglomerate they make from salt to software, everything. Kumar Mangalam Birla, it's a custom in the Birlas that everybody has to deposit their mobile with the mother at 8 p.m. and sit on dinner. Even Kumar Mangalam Birla has to do it. Considering Warren Buffett and Kumar Mangalam Birla, who are you? If these two persons, any of them sign a single check, they can purchase all your policies, including you. If they can manage, why can't you? So forging ahead is a good balance of your work life and your family life. Otherwise you will repent like Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. He repented at the end of his life. Not at the end of his life, but when his wife Kamala Nehru, she passed away, that I should have spent more time with her. I took it for granted and I could not spend much time with her. And I repent that. He said that. So you should not have that repentance. I suggest a book written by an Australian nurse. Her name is Bronnie Ware. She used to take care of critically ill patients. And secretly when the patients and she was alone in the room, critical ill patients means those patients who knew that they would die in another couple of weeks. Paramedical staff taking care, they also knew. Family members, they also knew. So when this lady nurse and the patient were alone in the room, she would ask the patient to fill up a form, 2 columns. She would ask the patient that column 1, what do you cherish in your life at the moment? And column 2, what do you regret? From an ordinary carpenter to a CEO and a family business owner, everybody responded. She started a blog that got very famous. She was advised to write a book. So she has written the book. And the title of the book that she has written is The 5 Regrets of the Dying. People had more regrets in the dying stage about their life than they cherish. And then she pulled out the 5 common regrets and wrote this book. It became the bestseller in the New York Times bestsellers list. And the book made her a multi-millionaire. And you know the first regret of the 5 regrets that people had? Now I'm quoting it not just word to word but letter to letter. The first regret was, why on earth did I work so much? In very clear Gujarati, गधे की तरह मैंने इतना काम क्यों किया? The second regret was, I should have spent more time with my dear and near ones whom I loved and those who loved me, instead of spending extra 2 hours in the evening sitting in the office just expecting work, not having work. Am I talking exactly your mentality? After 6 p.m. you are sitting in the office expecting work, not doing work. And one phone call in 25 minutes and you become happy. And then you pick up, oh, it's my son. Oh, kya hai? No client, no customer. The last 2 hours of your work that you sit in the office after 6:37 is you sit to expect work. No, you are not doing work, okay? Now check yourself. You can have the check right from Monday morning, Monday evening. That my statement is right or wrong. And the third regret was, I should have lived a life of my choice and not the life what others expected of me. The fourth and the fifth regret I leave to you as homework. You can go on the net and get the fourth and the fifth regret. Because we also don't open our all policy at one time. As you do. Not all the cards to be opened at one time. The name of the book is The 5 Regrets of the Dying. The name of the author, she is a lady. She was a nurse with the critical care department of a Sydney hospital. And her name is Bronnie Ware. B-R-O-N-N-I-E. And the last name is Ware, W-A-R-E. So, spend good time with your family. That is forging ahead in life. And a good human life lead. That is a work-life balance. So the second part of the story and the talk is work-life balance and your family life. Forging ahead in your life, inculcate in your schedule, make a part of your life that 10% of all your resources should go out to the society selflessly. 10% of all your resources. This is well prescribed in our scriptures. This has been well narrated by the great saints, seers and seekers of India since ages. And today even health management gurus, social relationship gurus, they prescribe this. 10% of your resources, that is your time, your money, your intelligence, your ideas, your relations and everything. All this kind of resources that you have, you should use it selflessly for some good cause of the society. Do you agree with me or not? Then we all can come together to make this world a beautiful heaven to live. You'll be surprised into the society. Discipline, consistency. And in return, what will you get? Because nature and society does not just take, it gives you. It will give you wonderful relations with good people in the society. It can give you a wonderful physical, mental and emotional health lifetime. It can give you the joy, the satisfaction of giving, which cannot be purchased from the market. And a total satisfaction at the end of your life that yes, I contributed something to the society in my life. I'm not living this world taking everything from the world, but I did give back according to my capacity. That satisfaction is the best ever death upon this earth. You die with that satisfaction. So that is forging ahead not alone, but taking all of humanity with you. And that is how the great people have done in their life. I have read more than about 400, 500 autobiographies and biographies in my life. Something that I've talked so far, I've given you the essence of all these great personalities, from Abraham Lincoln to Nelson Mandela to Mahatma Gandhi to Sardar Patel, everybody. That they have given more to the society back than what society has given to them. My question to all of you is that do we have the responsibility of giving back good to the society after what society has given back to us so far? Raise your hands. And when you give, you live in the hearts of people. When Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, as Deputy Prime Minister of India and as the Home Minister, when he passed away, he had just 750 rupees in his bank account. Because he had just 750 rupees in his bank account, so the statue of 22 crores in Gujarat, Statue of Unity. If there had been a few zeros behind that, as you find in the bank accounts of many people today, living public lives, if there were a few more zeros behind that 750, this 22 crore statue wouldn't have come up. Am I right or wrong? So when you live with ethics and when you live to give to the society, you carry a different aura. Pramukh Swami Maharaj, he gave my guru and the spiritual head of this organization for more than 45 years. He gave and gave to the society. Tirelessly worked for the society. So today thousands and thousands of people from all over the world, they have in their heart. Next year we are celebrating his centenary celebrations. It will be a 33-day huge festival in Ahmedabad, Gujarat from 9th of November to 12th of December 2021. People from all over the world will join. Every day we would have lakhs of visitors, beautiful exhibitions, seminars, conferences, parallel 3, 4, 5 seminars they are running on different subjects, huge auditoriums and marquees, exhibitions, light and sound shows. The principle with which he lived in his life to reinforce in the hearts and minds of people. So in one way I am extending you all a warm invitation to come to Ahmedabad from 9th November to 12th of December 2021. We would be very happy to host you. It would be a wonderful festival once in a lifetime. And that will make you see the Akshardham at Gandhinagar in near Ahmedabad as well. So when you give, Pramukh Swami Maharaj lived with the motto of his life, in the good of others lies our own, in the progress of others rests our own. You must ask a question to yourself every day before you go to sleep. Did I perform a small act of selflessness or a small act of help today? If you haven't performed, you can still perform while sitting on the bed before you go to bed, before you sleep. A small prayer for humanity at large. If not any individual right in front of your eyes or at the moment. Small selfless act. A fine book has been written, The 5 Champion Questions. The title of the book is The 5 Champion Questions. In which it has been written that you must ask these 5 questions before you retire, before you go to bed every night. First question. What am I grateful to today? Do you believe that a wonderful meeting that you had in your office, a successful meeting that you had in your office at 11 p.m., your driver has contributed a bit in it? Do you believe that your spouse, when she made a wonderful cup of tea in the morning, right at the time that you wanted at 7 or 7:30, that has a contribution in your successful meeting at 11? Do you believe that? How many of you believe that? Do you believe that the laundry person has a small contribution in the success of that meeting, because the clothes that you are wearing today was well washed and ironed by him.
Yes.
Though you paid him, okay, fine. But this is not a contract living. A sense of gratitude. That you will forge ahead with relationships, people and work. That is real forging ahead. Have a sense of gratitude. Thank you very much. So nice that you did it for me. These are beautiful words. It carries aura, it carries energy. It creates an atmosphere. What am I grateful to today? Second thing, where did I perform a small act of help today? Third thing, where did I do a good job today? How did I improve on my profession today? Again, the last two champion questions you need to search for yourself. Homework. This is quality living. And when you live this life, you enjoy your life. That is forging ahead with social services. Ravi Shankar Maharaj in Gujarat, a man who selflessly gave himself to the society. Dr. Doshi in Anand in Gujarat, you won't believe, he performed 3 lakh cataract operations free in his lifetime. 3 lakh. And during the inauguration of Akshardham and Gandhinagar, Pramukh Swami Maharaj selected him to be felicitated on the dais on day 1 of the festival. I met one of his team members, Dr. Mehta, who still is alive in the city of Vadodara, where I live. He is today 95, but he is keeping well. Just about a few months back we met. I asked him, Dr. Mehta, that you stayed with Dr. Doshi, he said, for 35 years. We did camps together. I said, I just have a small question. That you people your team performed 3 lakh cataract operations free. Where you used to get your funds from? Principal question, basic one. He said, Swamiji, you would be surprised if I tell you that we have never asked for donations and contributions from anybody. We go on an 8-day, 10-day, 15-day tour of our free camps for cataract operations, and we come back to Anand, that is a small town in the central part of Gujarat. When we open our clinic, we would find 15, 20, 25 checks lying on the floor. People used to throw in their checks from the creek underneath the door. I was surprised, and a second question sprung up in my mind. I asked his permission. I asked him that checks would be of what amounts. He said, Swamiji, I have seen a check of 500 rupees also lying on the floor. And I also seen a check of 25 lakhs lying on the floor. Because of Dr. Doshi's character and selfless zeal for society, people were willing to come forward. If you take up such a small mission in your life, that is a life lived, a life of rose that spreads around fragrance. Don't just revolve around money. That is causing you stress, anxiety, blood pressures, diabetes and everything in your life. It's constantly in your awakened state, conscious state, money revolves in your mind. Am I right or wrong? Make a good list back home today, after this conference, when you go back home at night. Things that money can buy and make you happy. Second list, things that money cannot buy, still you need it to become happy. Things that money can buy, a good apartment, a good car, a good policy, some branded clothes, some branded jewelry, whatever. Long list. Things that money cannot buy, but you still need it to become happy. Happiness, hunger, peace, sleep, digestion, relationships, trust. Can money buy these things?
No.
Do you need these things to become happy? They are more needed than the first list. Do you agree or are you convinced that the second list is more important than the first one? Because if you have all the money, but you don't have trust within your family members, your spouse doesn't trust you, you don't trust him or her, your children don't trust you, you don't trust your children, you don't have a smooth relation back home, will you enjoy that money? No. So money can buy you a good house, it does not have the power to convert it into a good home. Money can buy you good beds. Michael Jackson was sleeping on a bed of 94,000 US dollars. I'm talking of 25 years back. But after taking 10 sleeping pills, he used to sleep for only half an hour. So money can buy you luxurious bed, cannot guarantee you good sleep. Money can buy you the best of medicines, but cannot give you good health. Money can buy you good policies. You can sell your best policies to rich men. So money can purchase good policies, but cannot insure his life from death. Isn't it? So if there are 10 things that money can buy and make you happy, there are 25 things that money cannot buy, still you need it. With this sense, take a decision today that I don't want to live a money-centered life. See, I am not against money. It is direly needed. A good earned money gives you a security of life. So go for it. Work hard for 8 hours a day. But don't make it the center point of your life. That is forging ahead in your life in the deepest aspect called spirituality. And lastly, I would put, I was given 1 hour to talk. I'm exactly 1 minute away from it. So I finished 59 minutes of my talk. I'll take another 4 minutes. I'll complete in 5 minutes. The last aspect of your life, forging ahead, is your strong and unshakable faith in God, in the doership of God. Believe one thing in your life strongly. Faith in God is just one line. I'll teach you just one line. Sometimes people have questions and what is faith in God? Faith in God is just one line. Whatever happens in my life happens with the wish of God, happens for my good. And if I keep that attitude, it will work for my progress. That is faith in God. Do you ever think ill of your children? Yes or no? Then vayam amrutasya putraha. We are the children of God. Why would you think anything bad of us? Second logic. If an ant in your house bites you, do you run around the whole house killing all the ants? Do you? No. Because you know the existential difference between your being and a small ant. Big difference, isn't it? In the same way, there is a huge difference between us and God. Why would He start enmity with you? Like you, He has 7 million. So He doesn't have any enmity with us. He is there to take care of us, to protect us. But if you break the laws of nature, you invite coronavirus. Don't break the laws of nature. Remain conducive with nature. Just start with the vegetarian kingdom. If you can survive well, happily, healthily, why are you going into the animal kingdom? Killing animals is not spirituality. Spirituality doesn't tell this. Ahimsa paramo dharma. Our scriptures have taught us. Non-violence, that is non-killing, is the superior dharma. So you start with the vegetable kingdom, that is the plant kingdom. Start eating there. Here you can successfully and happy and healthily survive. Stop there. Plant kingdom has enough to give you. The strongest animal in the world is elephant and he's a vegetarian. Okay? So don't just fool yourself when somebody fools you that all the energy you get only if you eat eggs and non-veg foods. Strongest animal in the world is elephant, is vegetarian. The second strongest is rhino, is also vegetarian. Okay? The third strongest is the buffalo. The wild buffalo of Africa is also vegetarian. And we don't have claws and long teeth. to cut meat, to chew meat. We are scientifically designed. The human body is scientifically designed to be vegetarian. The digestive juices that pour into your stomach when you put your food inside to digest your food, they are not the juices that are produced in the stomachs of carnivorous animals to digest meat. They are not that acidic. When we can't give life to somebody, we don't have the right to kill anybody. And you will say, I didn't kill anybody, I just went to the restaurant, hotel and ate it. But even if you have ate it, you have become part of the killing. You have become a part of the killing. So mind well, don't play with nature. These people were eating wild animals. There are hundreds of types of such viruses. Coronavirus or H1N1 or swine flu, Ebola. We have just SARS. This 4 or 5 we have known. Such hundreds are there. Even if out of them one decides, it can wipe out 7 billion population within few months. It has that power. And the small virus, it showed its power now today to all of us. Yes or no? Yes. We feel that we humans are strongest. The size of the coronavirus is 900 times smaller than the breadth of the human hair. And see its power? So don't put your ego here. I am the most superior existence upon this earth. The virus can kill you. The virus that you can't see with your eyes. So remain conducive with nature. If everybody upon this earth adopts a vegetarian lifestyle, hundreds of problems from diseases to extinction can be solved. And from yesterday on, I decided to tell one more point in my talks. Apart from eating wild animals, now in future there will be a problem from pets in your house also. So far we don't know any viruses coming out of from dogs and cats as pets in your house. But someday if something erupts, there is a chance from there as well. Correct. So keep away from animals. As such, they want to keep away from you. They are more mature than you. They live their lifestyle. Don't disturb them. My small and the last logical argument regarding this is, imagine if there was a superhuman race living somewhere in the universe and they would scoop down upon earth any time. And if that existence was such that none of the human weapons could kill them. And one fine Sunday evening when you are visiting with your family, you, your wife and 2 small little kids, and they would swoop in inside your house and pick up your 2 children and start eating them right in front of you like tomatoes, how would you feel? How would you feel? See, everybody is stunned. The same emotions runs inside the heart of a hen when her chicken are taken away. And that is a big paap, a sin. And God will never forgive you for that. And that can reflect back in terms of your health, in terms of your relationships, the spoiled ones, in terms of your children going against you, in terms of your financial losses. Anywhere you can get the result of such emotions killed. Imagine a mother's emotions. What would she feel when her kids are taken away and somebody starts eating right in front of her? What happens to you if your children are picked up by some superhuman race and they start eating your children right in front of you? Same happens to the hen. Her heart, she cries when her chicken are taken away. But because we are superior to her, she can't do anything to us. But that cry will kill you. Will kill your destiny. Will kill your future. Will kill your fortune. Everything. This is well prescribed in the scriptures and that we see today. I got a cartoon in WhatsApp a few days back where all the animals were freely roaming around. All the wild animals and everybody. And all the Chinese people with masks inside the cage. And all the animals were laughing. See, we exchange positions. And they were telling the humans that when we decide, we can put you behind bars, okay? Yesterday, the state of California in America, such a huge state, they declared an emergency. Because till yesterday night, 12 people have died in the United States because of coronavirus. And the state of emergency in California, they have told that people above 60 in San Jose should not come out of their houses for another 15 days. Put behind bars. So the small animals have put humans behind bars. Don't play with them. Let them live their life. And we are superior people upon this earth. That is the most superior existence upon this earth. We must have empathy for every living existence. We must have love for them. Yes, you also live. I also live. A human, a superior existence must be ready to help other existence, not take other existence life. You are not a human being if you eat non-veg foods. So, spirituality first aspect is that belief in God. And experimentally, clinically and scientifically it has been proved that if you chant the holy name of God, even for 10 to 12 minutes a day, by psychoneuro softwares they have proved, because those softwares would regulate and measure the release of hormones in the body when you pray or chant the holy name. So it has been proved by these psychoneuro softwares that when you chant the holy name for even 10-12 minutes in a day, your memory power increases, your willpower increases, your confidence level goes up, your buffer capacity, that is the capacity to absorb shocks of life, you better it, and lastly, you better the immune system of your body. Before you go to bed, you again check, open your data, open your WhatsApp. Is there something? Is there something? You are not a celebrity, okay? You don't have 2.5 million followers on Instagram. You are keeping your mobiles on till 11:30 and 12. Are you expecting a call from the PMO? That I know too much about 2G, 3G, Rafale, CAA, NPR, NRC. I know much about it. So if someday Narendra Modi feels that this gentleman in Bangalore, he knows much about all this. So if I want to form a joint parliamentary committee, and if I get a call from the PMO at 11:45 PM, and if I can't pick up that phone, it will be my bad services to the society. It would not be my faithfulness to the country. Like you, he has 130 crore. He knows whom to call and when to call. He calls somebody directly by the PMO, somebody through ED, somebody through CBI. Whoever he wants to call, he will call. Okay? Tu shanti se so ja. You go to bed because you have a job tomorrow at 8 AM, okay? So remain restricted. Spirituality is you wake up with a peaceful mind, you go to sleep with a peaceful mind. So chant a few holy names before you go to bed, and in the morning you wake up. That is human life. So 4 aspects of forging ahead. First is honest, ethical hard work. Second is a good work-life balance. Third is spending quality and quantity time with your family. Fourth is your selfless social service and spirituality in life. This is forging ahead in life, in profession, in family and spirituality. My all prayers for all of you, for all the delegates, for those who attended, for those who could not attend. And my innermost prayers, may my Guru Mahant Swami Maharaj bless you all for a wonderful, great life ahead. My prayers for your family as well, for their good health and for their good future. Thank you very much for patiently listening.